After yet another season of not making the playoffs, the Chicago Bulls had quite the off-season. They lost some players in Thaddeus Young, Lauri Markkanen, Tomas Satoransky, Cristiano Felicio, aka the GOAT, but the players they got back in return was, not too bad at all. They got a natural point guard in Lonzo Ball, a good defensive guard in Alex Caruso, and an all-star caliber player in Demar Derozan. Top it all off, you have some good pieces in Zach Lavine, Nikola Vucevic, and Pat Williams, just to name a few of them. So I feel the Bulls are about to take the league by storm, and I'll tell you why in this video. I saw on Twitter people were saying they'd struggle to make the play-in, and I'm like, that is just a casual take. This is going to be a really fun team to watch, and a really good team. They got some great intriguing pieces, and I'll tell you why in this video. Before we continue with the video though, if you do go on to enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like and a subscription if you are new. It really does help out a small content creator like myself. We're on the verge of 700 subscribers, so if you can help out in any way, shape or form, please do so. I would really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's go talk about why the Chicago Bulls are about to shock the NBA. So yeah, I briefly touched on it before. The Bulls, another year, no playoffs. It's been a while since they made the playoffs, in fact. I believe it's been 4 years. We're looking at the 2016-17 season. And if you remember that Bulls team, it was a very weird one. Yeah, it was Mirotic, he was on the team, I believe, at that time. Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade, who I like to think never played for the Bulls or the Cavaliers, just very strange times. And Rajon Rondo was on there, so it was a different Bulls team, but they did scrape in the playoffs. They got eliminated by the first seed Boston. They did take them to 6 games, so credit to them, but it has been a very long wait for the fans in Chi-Town to see their team back in playoff contention. But this season, the fans will be back watching their team, the United Center, in playoffs. And if you don't think so, you're a casual. I'm just going to say it as it is. Barring any other injuries, maybe Lavine does something bad, Vucevic does something bad, I don't know. If this team stays healthy, we're looking at a top 5 seed. Honestly, think they're up there with the Heat, the Nets, the Bucks. And after that, I honestly think the Chicago Bulls, they have a very good team. Let's look at the team, right? So, they got Zach Lavine as the shooting guard. He just came off averaging 27 points per game on nearly 50, 40, 90 splits. And the thing with Zach Lavine, I always said was, he is a great scorer, right? One of the best 3-level scorers in the league. He can finish in the lane, he can finish outside, he can shoot mid-ranges, he can do it all. But I never said Zach Lavine was a great point guard. And I always think, if you want to be a good team, you need to have a good point guard, a good facilitator. You look at every championship team in history, they always have an elite facilitator. Zach Lavine was not that elite facilitator. And if you looked at the Bulls teams in the recent years, who'd you have as their point guard? Rondo, who was a great point guard, let's be real, who was always a great playmaker. That is his niche. Then they had Tomas Satoransky, Chris Dunn, Ryan Arcidiacono. They never had that great point guard, that natural point guard that can defend, can play make, and set others up. They went out and got Lonzo Ball, and I can't stress enough what a signing it was for the Bulls. So yeah, sure, they lost a couple players in the sign and trade. I believe Satoransky went the other way. I might have to double check on that, to be honest. Probably should have got the notes for that, but they got a great playmaker in Lonzo Ball. And if you ask me, I don't think Pelicans used him properly as a playmaker. It's great to see his scoring picked up a bit in terms of his efficiency and his volume. But as in playmaking, I don't think we've seen the true Lonzo Ball since his rookie season, honestly. So I see Lonzo averaging 7 to 8 assists per game, and he's still going to be getting stops defensively. So I feel like that was a great pickup in Lonzo Ball. And then we look at the scoring option, right? So Zach Lavine, he never had that elite secondary scorer. One season it was Lauri Markkanen, and Otto Porter looked decent for half a year when he got traded. But he never had that, elite secondary scorer. So what did the Bulls do to fix that? They picked up Demar Derozan. And honestly, I'm going to say this right now. If you think DeRozan's washed or he's not as good as he was in Toronto, you're a casual. Because I watched that man in San Antonio. He was still getting buckets consistently. I still believe he's an all-star caliber player. So in my opinion, the Bulls fixed 2 of their biggest problems. They got a point guard for Lavine and a great small forward scorer. And then you complement the likes of Nikola, Vucevic still manning the center position. In my opinion, Vucevic might be the most skilled center in the NBA. He's at least top 3. He can pass. He's a bit sluggish as a defender, but he can shoot, finishing the rim. He is an elite center. And you saw him at Orlando when he's dropping like 25 a game. Just because he played in Orlando, which doesn't mean we should undervalue him as a player. He is an amazing player, and sure, he didn't look like that at the Chicago Bulls when he got first traded, but give him time to adjust to the system, to Billy Donovan's system. I reckon he's going to be a great asset to that Bulls team. And then we have to mention another player who you should not sleep on at all. I believe he was drafted 4th or 5th in last year's draft, maybe even 6th, I'm not too sure. Patrick Williams, he is a stud. We're talking about the player with the best nickname, the Paw. That's an amazing nickname. He can shoot the mid-range. Probably one of the best mid-range jumpers I've seen in the league. He can defend. We're talking blocking shots, stealing. He is an elite defender. I want to say it right now. Patrick Williams will be on multiple All-NBA defensive teams by the time he's finished. So you look at the team. I think they try to rebuild, or they try to build it around after Lavine. So Lavine's been at the Bulls since the 2017-18 season. If you remember, he came off that Achilles injury, was a part of that Jimmy Butler trade, and they just haven't been able to build around him quite well. They made that first move of getting Vucevic. Now the rest of the dominoes have fallen. They've got they got Lonzo Ball, Vucevic, DeRozan. They got Patrick Williams in the draft, obviously, and they went out and got Alex Caruso as your backup point guard, a player that can get some steals defensively, guard your best player on the other end. He can get some 3-pointers. He's a decent finisher at the rim. I'm just saying, this Bulls team is complete from the top 5 to the 15th man on the bench. And then you add in the fact they got Derrick Jones Jr., another great defender, and he's a decent finisher at the rim, obviously. He doesn't really have much of an outside shot, but he's going to get you rebounds. He's going to get you defensive stops, and he's going to get some pretty nice fucking alley-oops with Lonzo Ball assisting on that other end. And while we're at it, I feel like they got one of the most underrated players in the NBA draft this season. They drafted Ayo Dosunmu from college, obviously. He was the 38th pick in the draft, and he looks like a stud. His college stats, he averaged 20 points as his last year, 20 points on 48% field goal, shot 39% from 3, got a steal per game, 5 assists a game, and 6 rebounds. And we're talking about a 38th pick in the draft, I believe. I'll double check that. 38th pick in the draft. And I feel like that is an absolute steal. Do not sleep on Dosunmu because he's going to be a beast. So let's recap, right? You got Lonzo Ball as your starting point guard. Zach Lavine at the 2. Patrick Williams at the 3. Demar Derozan at the 3. Pat Williams at the 4. And Nikola Vucevic as the 5. In terms of your starting 5s in the NBA, that is stacked. You got defense in Patrick Williams and Lonzo Ball. You got your great scorers in Zach Lavine and Demar Derozan. And then you got an elite center in Nikola Vucevic as your center. Like, that is a stacked big 5. It really is. So why are we not giving the Chicago Bulls love? I really hope this video, at least try to roll your eyes as to why you should be paying attention to these Bulls, because they are looking nice. It's their best team since the Wade Rondo days. And do not sleep on them. They're going to be top 4 in the East. Mark my words. In no order: Heat, Nets, Bucks, Bulls. Write it down. I'm so happy that the Chicago fans can finally get a good, decent team to root around, because the last few years have been a bit iffy. But this season is going to be a very fun one for Chicago fans. So if you did go to enjoy the video, once again, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Nearly at 700 subs. Would mean a lot if you helped out the channel. So any way, shape, or form, I do appreciate it. But if you did go enjoy, like, sub, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Peace.